Do not apologize to the mob. It's very good to apologize in good faith to people who are going to accept your apology in good faith in your life. But when the mob is coming after you, you really can't apologize. I saw this yesterday with this poor schlub, this fellow Winston Marshall, who is a musician in Mumford and Sons. I actually really like Mumford and Sons. I know, maybe I'm just a child of the... I was a teenager in the 2010s, so I really liked Mumford and Sons. But this guy, I think he's a good musician, and he espoused a very interesting point of view the other day on Twitter. He said, "Congratulations, Andy No. Finally had the time to read your important book, You're a Brave Man." You know Andy No, a friend of the show, friend of mine. He wrote this book about Antifa. He has been targeted more than just about anybody by Antifa. He suffered a brain bleed because of these Antifa militants, and he's got an excellent book out there detailing it, because the narrative that we're being told about Antifa is very different from the reality. We're told that Antifa is just an idea. Well, ideas don't give you brain bleeds. So this Mumford and Sons musician reads the book, says, okay, I enjoyed the book. And then the backlash came. They were very, very upset that he would read a memoir by a guy who got a brain bleed by leftist terrorists. And they're even more upset that he would endorse the book. So he issues an apology. Mr. Mumford & Sons writes, "Over the past few days, I have come to better understand the pain caused by the book that I endorsed. I have offended not only a lot of people I don't know, but also those closest to me, including my bandmates, and for that I am truly sorry. As a result of my actions, I'm taking time away from the band to examine my blind spots. For now, please know that I realize how my endorsements have the potential to be viewed as approvals of hateful, divisive behavior. I apologize, as this was not at all my intention." Oh, buddy. I know exactly what happened here. And you are getting very, very, very bad advice. Here's what happened. This guy, Winston Marshall, I know that I'm just pulling this off the top of my head, but I would be willing to bet a lot of money that something like this is what happened. He comes out and he sends a tweet and he says, "Oh, I enjoyed this book. Wow, this is a very interesting book. You should consider reading it." Then maybe a bandmate or two, maybe some marketing gal in the publisher's office or maybe some people around him get upset about it. Then the Twitter trend happens. And when you trend on Twitter, you feel like the world is collapsing in around you. Then he's getting the deluge of hate, the deluge of mean tweets and emails. And people who are in politics are accustomed to this. We get that sort of thing basically every single day, so you just don't take it all that seriously. You know how to deal with it. If you're a pure entertainer, you're really not used to that kind of thing. And so it's very jarring when it happens. Now, because we're living in the cancel culture, where the left attacks people and ruins their careers for saying perfectly ordinary things, this guy, Winston, is in total survival mode. He says, "Oh my gosh, I'm starting to lose things. This is bad. This has never happened. I've just got to stop the bleeding. I've just got to stop whatever's happening." And some unscrupulous people are going to go in and they're going to say, "Hey, you've got to issue a perfectly unqualified apology and you've got to step away for a while, but then it'll all be better. Then you'll get your career back. Then you'll get your reputation back. Then you'll get invited to all the same parties. Then you'll get all your money back." And this poor guy believed them. But it's not true. It's not true. Look, in my own career in politics and media, I've had some moments like this where there's a lot of pressure to cave into a mob. I know basically everybody who is in politics and media has had these moments. Do not do it. You only lose by doing it. You can't, unless you feel you've really done something wrong and egregious, and then then you've got to deal with that on your own. But if you're just talking about something like this, you can never, ever win by giving in to the mob. And the people advising you to do so are lying to you. They're not, that you think that you can preserve something that is already lost. You think that you can get them to like you again. You won't. You won't. I would encourage this fella, Mr. Marshall, if he listens to this show, if he reads Andy No's book, there's a fair chance he listens to this show. Don't do it. Reverse course, stick to your guns, go out there and defend Andy No. At least you'll keep your dignity. You'll keep more of your career, I think, if you end up doing that, if you show that you've got a spine. But even if you're gonna lose your career either way at a certain level of this kind of a moment, right? That seems like the likely thing. And so at least keep your dignity. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Michael Knowles Show. To check out the full episode, hit the link in the description or download the Michael Knowles Show wherever you listen to podcasts.